Hi, Assalamualaikum, and good morning to the esteemed panel assessors. I am AIMI NABILA BINTI RAZLAN. I'm currently pursuing a Master's in Engineering Business Management under the guidance of Associate Professor Dr. Maslin Masroom. So I have successfully concluded my studies, and I'm here to present my research project, which is a mandatory component of my program. So my research delves into the difficulties that bank employees in Malaysia encounter during the process of digital transformation. So my topic is the challenges of digital transformation faced by bank employees in Malaysia. So in this presentation, I'll be guiding you through the key components of my research. So let's see the outline. So I have Chapter 1, the introduction, Chapter 2, the literature review, Chapter 3 is the methodology, and then we will stepping into Chapter 4, which is the results and discussion, and finally Chapter 5 is the conclusion and also recommendation. So this is the overview which listed down all the digital transformation definition as a whole, and also in banking industry. This one also explains the digital transformation in Sustainable Development Goals (SDG) and digital transformation status in Malaysia. So digital transformation progresses through three stages, which are the digitization, digitalization, and also digital transformation. So digitization involves converting analog information into a digital format, while digitalization automates and streamlines processes using digital technology. And lastly, digital transformation is a comprehensive transformation of an institution, encompassing cultural, operational, and also strategic changes. Okay, now let's look at the research background. So industrial firms, government agencies, and also educational institutions, as well as the financial sectors, are all undergoing digital transformations with a notable impact. The financial industry, which is a significant driver of digital transformation, is also being disrupted by fintech innovation. So Malaysia banks have embraced digital transformation to stay competitive in the evolving landscape. Banks have undergone digital transformation, replacing paper forms with online processes and eliminating over-the-counter services. However, challenges arise from strict compliance requirements, job losses due to reduced human support, and also resistance from existing clients. So client-facing workers are facing difficulties in engaging with customers during the transition. So now let's look at the problem statement. So the banking sector, including AAA Bank Malaysia Berhad, is facing challenges in digitalizing its operation due to disruptive innovation and regulatory compliance. So the urgent need for digital transformation during the pandemic especially has created substantial hurdles for bank employee. Lack of proper process management guidelines, customers' trust, and also system security further contribute to the obstacle. So a seamless transition may be achieved with the implementation of best practices. So let's look at the research aim, research objectives, and also research questions. So my research aims to provide suggestions regarding challenges of digital transformation and its solution to help bank employees transition smoothly. To achieve this, I have outlined three key objectives. So the first research objective is to identify the challenges bank employees are facing with digital transformation. Research objective 2 is to analyze the effects of digital transformation in banking for the employees. And research objective 3 is to propose the best practices to help employees with digital transformation. So to guide my investigation, I have formulated specific research questions as listed on the slide for each objective. So this question will help us to uncover the challenges to digital transformation, assess the positive outcomes of digital transformation, and lastly to identify the most effective best practices for implementation. So the significance of this study can be further highlighted by the following points as listed: new insight, causes and effect, and also new framework or SOP. So now let's delve into the scope and limitation of this research. So our study has a specific focus, which is AA Bank Malaysia Berhad at the Kuala Lumpur headquarters office. So we will be gathering insights from 15 bank managers within the global payment solutions and also commercial banking department. And then qualitative methods, which is the interviews, will be conducted, and other instrument that is used is related literature review will be reviewed for additional information and knowledge. So these are taken from the past studies which laid out a picture of how digital transformation looks like or means for banks and financial institutions based on the previous studies. So these are the information around the digital transformation challenges and also issues collated from previous studies. It can be categorized into 5 subsections, which are strategy management, customer, technology, laws and regulation, as well as product and knowledge. So to underscore the relevance and significance of this topic, I have gathered notable past studies illuminating the common challenges encountered. Of particular note is DNR's research titled Digital Transformation in Banking, a Managerial Perspective on Barriers to Change. So this study stands out for its exploration of challenges, although it is essential to take note that it is primarily centered on German market. I would also like to draw your attention to a significant study conducted by Iona Raluca in 2019 titled Bank Digitalization, a Challenge for the Romanian Banking Sector. So this research delves into how the Romanian banking sector tackles the challenges of digitalization, considering the global and European context. So these studies collectively emphasize the shared challenges faced in the banking sector, strengthening our understanding of the challenges inherent to digital transformation. So some list on research gap. Literature analysis often struggles to outline parallels from similar sectors with shared challenges. So limited studies also exist, particularly for Malaysian banks, and prior research remain confined to specific markets. So now let's look at the data collection. So data collection will be from two sources. Number one is the primary data, the qualitative data will be collected from personal interviews with 15 bank managers from AAA Bank Malaysia Berhad. And second one, the literature review. So different related literature will be reviewed during the data collection process. So this is the operational framework for my research. So our research first objective focuses on uncovering challenges in digital transformation through document reviews and interviews with bank managers and executives. We will address the impacted processes and variables causing issues in the industry. And then the second objective involves analyzing how digital transformation affects day-to-day tasks, which we will utilizing interview data to identify themes. Finally, we aim to propose best practices for assisting employees in digital transformation. This entails benchmarking and customizing processes for seamless transformation. So our research approach is demonstrated in the workflow diagram as shown. So the key is having a thorough comprehension of the topic. So the framework, which is based on relationships and concept, molds the research structure and guarantees coherence. So this framework includes all elements and creates an integrated structure where everything is connected for an extensive analysis. So our research adopts a qualitative method, gathering information through interviews with highly vetted bank workers from global payment solution and commercial banking departments of AAA Bank Malaysia Berhad. So 15 bank managers is picked, and our sampling strategy ensures saturation by collecting wide-ranging viewpoints until no fresh information is revealed. Purposive sampling is also used to produce a range of relevant opinions that are in line with our study objectives. Both in-person and also online interviews use open-ended question and a semi-structured format. So this hybrid approach ensures a thorough and effective data collection process by taking into account the bank's flexible working arrangement and also interviewees' preferences. And as for the interview questions, It is open-ended question, and the interview has been conducted in a semi-structured fashion, which allows for free and supplementary input by the interviewees. So these are the data collection and data analysis journey. So data collection approach using a combination of collection of data from literature review and also contextual interviews with bank managers. So data collected from literature review and thorough study is made, and then interviews with selected 15 managers are conducted. Content of the interview is evaluated using the inductive analysis approach. And for better interview analysis, we are also using a qualitative analysis software, which is atlas.ti, to help support the data findings and results. So during data analysis, inductive content analysis is used primarily using detailed reading of raw data to derive concepts, themes, or a model through interpretation made from the raw data. So step 1 is begin with organizing the raw data from contextual interviews with bank managers and conduct inductive content analysis. And then through inductive coding, the material is reviewed, making notes and headings in the text as they read, often called the read and reflect stage. So this process often requires repeated reading of the material, after which transcribes the notes and heading onto a coding sheet. And lastly, the last step is involving grouping the data and reducing the number of categories by combining similar headings into a broader category. And as for the reliability and also validity of the data, we have taken a number of actions to ensure solid data quality. Firstly, peer assessment improved the relevance of the interview question. Secondly, to strengthen the validity of the data, we modified questions from earlier study. Long-term involvement also ensured thorough data collecting, which improved reliability. Participants also participate in member checking validated interpretation. And finally, data triangulation, which combine data from several sources, improve the validity and reliability of the study. So these thorough procedures guarantee the reliability of our conclusion. So this is the project timeline that we have followed through for project execution. Okay, now let's look at the interview results. So following the completion of all interviews, the responses were classified based on several themes. Any responses that is similar to a theme is labeled with the number 1, and if more comments are comparable to other themes, number 1 is also mentioned under each of those themes as well. When all the coded responses were recorded, the total value of coded replies was calculated by adding all of the numbers for each themes. And lastly, by identifying the overall number of coded responses, a qualitative value is defined. So this is the interview result for question number 1, which revolves around interviewees' individual experience with digital transformation within the bank. So based on the recorded responses calculated, all 15 participants mentioned that they have experience with digital transformation. So this indicates that all the interviewees had some level of exposure or involvement in digital transformation within their respective roles in the bank. And then they further explain the types of digital initiative that they have experience with as per the next slide. So the coded responses were analysed and grouped into several themes, which are the mobile banking application, e-signature, electronic payments, mobile device for security code, and also online banking. And the total number of coded responses as per shown in the slide. So question 2 to 6 in the interview with 15 bank managers was specifically meant to look into the problems faced by bank employees during the digital transformation process. So this question were designed to be comparable in format to guarantee uniformity and comparability among responses. And during data analysis phase, the answers supplied by the 15 interviewees were combined to detect common themes. So the interview data revealed 7 distinct themes that represented the problems encountered by bank workers during the procedures. The result is shown as per the slide. So based on question 2 to question 6, these are the challenges of digital transformation that has been gathered from the interviewees, including customer resistance, people participation, knowledge and product, system and securities, policies and regulation, technology gap, and lastly budget and cost.
So the subsequent part of the interviews, comprising questions 7 to 11, aim to analyze the effects of digital transformation in the banking sector. So question 7 explored the benefits of digital transformation to bank society, while question 8 sought to identify successful outcomes that banks have realized from their digital transformation efforts. So these responses to questions 7 and 8 were combined, and through the analysis, several recurring themes were detected as follows, as per shown in the slide. Question 9 specifically focused on understanding how digital transformation impacts non-technical leaders or managers within the organization. So the analysis of question 9 revealed 3 themes as per shown in the slide with respective coded responses. So question 10 delved into the potential consequences if a bank were to ignore digital transformation. And this question aimed to uncover the risks and negative impacts associated with failing to embrace digital transformation in the banking sector. So this question revealed 5 distinct themes as per shown in the slide with the respective coded responses. So question 11 focused on identifying the most successful digital initiative observed within the bank. So this question aimed to gather insights into specific digital project or initiatives that have yielded positive outcomes. This question revealed 4 themes as shown in the slide. So the conclusion for question 7 to 11, the respondent felt that the bank has increased its efficiency and competitiveness, as well as reduced redundancy from the implementation of digital transformation. The proven successful digital initiative includes mobile banking and application and also online payment. So the respondents felt that digital transformation helps non-technical managers increase their skill and knowledge, also improve efficiency as well as increase collaboration. And digital transformation is also needed in banking to avoid lost competitive advantage, decline customer satisfaction, and also work inefficiency. So the responses from a 15 interview session were thoroughly investigated in the analysis of question 12 to 16, which aimed to explore the best practices of digital transformation in the banking sector. Again, the responses given by the 15 interviewees were combined during the data analysis stage to identify recurring themes for these questions, which reveal 8 prominent themes as shown in the slide. So the conclusion, many respondents think that excellent collaboration and working with people are among the best practices in digital transformation. Technology and processes play also a significant role, and human element is equally important in driving successful digital initiative. Other than that, product improvement and also proper training in place will also be the following best practices. So our study uncovers significant challenges bank employees encounter during digital transformation. So customer resistance, limited participation, knowledge gap, technical disparities, strict policies and budget constraints are all pose challenges. Interview results emphasize knowledge gaps, customer opposition and technical disparity as one of the highest challenges, and the complexity of technology adaptation, staff upskilling, legacy system integration, and financial consideration further complicate this journey. So these findings align with similar studies, past studies, highlighting consistent challenges across the industry. And as for the positive outcomes of digital transformation in banking, the interviewees highlighted that digital transformation in the banking industry has led to increased efficiency, competitiveness, and also reduced redundancy. Successful initiatives like mobile banking apps and online payment solution played a crucial role, and non-technical managers have benefited from enhanced skill and collaboration. So all of this enables bank to stay ahead, meet customer expectation, and streamline operation, ensuring competitiveness and growth in the dynamic bank landscape. So this is also in line with our past studies, which stated that increased efficiency, competitiveness, and enhanced skill and collaboration are parts of the benefits of digital transformation. Lastly, for the best practice of digital transformation in banking, the findings of the study highlighted excellent collaboration and working with people as among the important best practices in digital transformation. So this involves fostering a culture of collaboration, involving stakeholders throughout the process, and ensuring open communication channels. Product improvement, proper training, continuous product enhancement, and also customer feedback, also part of the best practices. So these findings are also aligned with other past studies on the best practices, which are mentioned by a few papers. Now let's look at the limitations. So the study recognizes limitations affecting its scope and generalizability. So time and resource constraint might have impacted research thoroughness, data collection, and also duration. Geographical constraint are also another limitation, which the research focusing solely on AA Bank Malaysia Berhad. This may restrict the findings' applicability to other regions. However, this limitation offers opportunities for further research, allowing broader exploration of the digital transformation effects across different banks and contexts. So, in conclusion, this limitation underlines the necessity for continued research to fully grasp the banking industry digital transformation potential and also challenges in diverse environment. And as for the conclusion, digital transformation in banking presents challenges like customer resistance and knowledge gaps, but also offers opportunities such as efficiency gain and competitiveness. So successful initiatives yield improved efficiency like mobile apps and online payments. So best practices involve collaboration, product improvement, and also training, fostering innovation and also aligning with customer need. So overcoming challenges and adopting these best practices are crucial for banks to harness the benefits of digital transformation. And lastly, for the recommendation, to enhance the study, several recommendations can be made to expand the research and provide a more comprehensive understanding of digital transformation in the banking industry in Malaysia. First one is to expand the study to include a larger and more diverse sample of banks in Malaysia. Number two is to conduct a comparative analysis between different banks to identify variation. Number three, to incorporate the customer perspective by exploring their experiences. And lastly, to develop best practices guidelines based on the research finding to support banks in their digital transformation process. That's all from my end. With that, I thank you.